Hey everybody, JAMIELEIGH here. And JINXy. And JINXy. Sorry, I forgot you. So I just wanted to take a minute, or quite a few minutes, and talk about our cookbook. So this was produced by Patty and myself, and then taste tested by a variety of birds that we had at the time, from budgies, cockatiels, Libby the Quaker, even JINX, our macaw, and our Camelot macaws, as well as our toucan. We've included our toucan, our African gray, and our galahs. So you can't eat the actual book, just the recipes. So I just wanted to talk about what exactly this is. And I'm going to start with the 2 extra books that we give you included in this. So you can get this, all 3 of these, as digital or as hard copy. Digital is way cheaper, it's 37 bucks. Hard copy is like 80. So we print and spiral bind them all ourselves, and it's a pain in the butt. So that's why it is expensive. However, it's a complete nutritional course. So it's not just a bunch of cute little recipes. It's actually teaching you how, why, to feed your bird, and what to feed your bird, and how much, and how often. So, and also what not to feed your bird, and why, and everything. So one of the cool things that we did, that we included, were recipes we call sharing the table with your bird. These are recipes that you can make for yourself for dinner and let your bird dig in and share it with you. So obviously the one thing that we do advocate is not sharing like saliva with your bird, but these are actual safe recipes that are tasty to you and your bird can eat too, because I know a lot of people really enjoy eating with their bird. So we include everything from soups to salads to major entrees that include seafood, pasta, everything. So these are recipes that you will like to eat, and your bird can hang out and have a bite, and you don't have to worry at all. The other one, which is actually my favorite, is our healthy holiday recipes. It's my favorite because these were the most fun. This was just a joy to make and create, and we had to really get creative to be able to dye the foods, which we did with like beets for all of our Valentine's Day recipes. So some of the holidays that we include in this are Christmas, Easter, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, and Valentine's Day. In the future, I'll be releasing some free birthday recipes, and if we ever come up with more, we'll release them to you guys. But that's all we covered for now. And we taste tested them on all of our birds. So some of them is we have a chunky cranberry soup, taste tested by CRESSI, of course, Messy CRESSI. She's quite the star in a lot of these. These holiday ones not only taste really good, they smell good too, and a lot of them can be used for foraging. So we have Christmas cones that are actual pine cones that they can eat food off of. We found ways to get things to stick, and we made literally green, white, and red ones. So really cool stuff in here, a lot of fun things that you can do and create with your kids and then serve to your birds, which is really fun. I found from having a kid, it's nice to incorporate them with the health and care and just husbandry of animals. Makes it a lot more fun and real for them and teaches them some respect and responsibility. So we have some really cute stuff. Again, these are recipes that are very versatile. They can be used for all sizes of birds. This was a really fun one. We tried to bring a lot of color and variety to a lot of our recipes to entice birds to eat them. This is a fun one. It's actually a parrot popsicle, and it's Halloween themed, so we made them look like candy corn colors. So that was really fun. A lot of these can be used in other recipes. So our October topping, that's something that you can make and then incorporate into the other recipes as an actual topping or a side. Of really healthy birdie breads. So as you can see the chunks of green in there. And that's really fun. Birds like shredding up greenery. Even if they aren't eating it, they somehow end up eating quite a bit of it when they just mean to destroy it. Some more fun birdie breads were our pumpkin muffins, actually shaped like pumpkins. Those are super fun. And those are for our Halloween, obviously, but also a form of birdie bread, so that was really fun. And then some of my favorites were our Valentine's Day recipes, because we were able to incorporate beets into it that make things so pretty and tasty too. So that was a ton of fun, and we mainly used our galahs for that because they're pink. But my favorite probably holiday recipe of all time are these Don't Break My Heart crisps. and obviously they break them because they're crispy. And it was a lot of fun to produce those and give them to the birds. They're just like these little healthy birdie chips. And you can make them as big or as small as you want. So if you have little budgies, you can make them tiny little hearts, and if you have medium-sized birds, obviously you can make them a little bit bigger. We did a variety of sizes. So yeah, those two are just kind of bonuses. They're for fun. They're for you to enjoy the holidays with your birds, incorporate the birds into your life as far as being able to eat dinner with them. So the bread and butter, literally, of our cookbook series is our main Cooking for Parrots book. This thing is thick. It's about 72 or 73 extra recipes on top of our main seasonal feeding system, as we call it. And what sets our seasonal feeding system apart from other recipes that you may find online is that wild birds seasonally go to one food source, from one food source to another as it's in season, and they use it all up. So they get what they need year-round from all of those food sources as they come into season. And we wanted to try to mimic that as much as possible by changing our main recipe, that is our morning diet for our birds, based on what is in season. So that is really what sets our recipes apart from other ones that you will find. So some of the things that we go over in this, it's more of a complete nutrition course. So we talk about how and why to use pellets and what type of pellets to use. We talk about common parrot diseases remedied by diet, how to best use this book based on where you're at with your bird's diet, preferred cooking methods with parrots, how much is too much, a safe food list, making the best produce choices, and what you need to know about sprouting, freezing, and foraging. So we talk about all of this. We talk about how to best implement this for your bird, where it's at. Bless you, cute little thing. And what to do when you just don't have that much time, like what to feed your bird when you don't have time to cook. A lot of these recipes are no bake, by the way. You don't have to plan on spending like an hour preparing all these recipes. They're not designed to be like that. Our main diet can be made in bulk, and then you can just basically freeze it and just take out as much as you need a little bit at a time, which is what we do with our own birds. So, what are you doing, little buddy? So distracting doing this with a bird. So some of the things that we include in this book are certain methods of how you prepare food. So for instance, we talk about raw versus grilling or broiling, baking and roasting, steamed, poached, microwave, boiling, stir frying, deep frying, and we basically take you from the most preferred, which is obviously raw, to the least preferred, which is obviously deep frying, and everything in between, to just kind of show you, if your bird perhaps prefers its food a certain way, how you can make a little step up the ladder and go to the next preferred way, and just get your bird hopefully eventually to the raw. We also talk about how often to provide specific foods to your bird. Things like vegetables, which is completely unlimited, but we also talk about grains, pellets, fruit, eggs, snacks, fish, because a lot of people ask what kind of role meat plays in the diet. We talk about all that, how often, how much to give your bird on like a weekly basis. So that's pretty cool. We also have a complete safe food list, so which is completely necessary. And we have a food to serve with caution. So they're not dangerous, but they can be problematic. So we include those just so that you're aware and can limit them. Let's see, what else do we talk? We talk about produce and how it's grown and how it can lose its nutritional value. We talk about, that's more produce. We talk about sprouting, freezing, and foraging in great detail. How to do it, why to do it, everything, and even in retrospect to using our recipes. So our main thing with this book is the Bird Tricks diet. Like, this is what we want your birds to eat every morning. And the reason that we love this, and this is our seasonal feeding system, so this changes with the seasons. But why we want your birds to eat this is the way that it's prepared is so that your bird cannot pick out just the things that it likes. It can't help but get everything in a bite because of how dense this is and how we have created it. So it's really good that they can't pick through and just pick out pasta or just pick out beans or things that they they may already be really, really into, they can't just pick those out. They end up getting a little bit of everything. So again, there's our awesome star CRESSI modeling our bird chicks diet. So this talks about all those, basically the seasonal feeding system, how to make it, how to use it, how to freeze it, how to thaw it, what the recipes are, and the rules of the recipes and how you can substitute if you need to. Because obviously we don't all live in the same place. Not all the same things are going to be in season for us. And so we talk about how to substitute as necessary. We also conquer our frequently asked questions because we put this out there as a test and then we saw what kind of questions we got back and we answer all those here. Food like grain and vegetable substitutions and things like that. So two of my favorite recipes from our main cookbook are our crumbles, which I will show you, look like this, and our BT bites, which look like this. These are basically healthy substitutions for what most people feed nutriberries. These are homemade kind of versions of that have really healthy ingredients. So they're still circle, like little balls they can hold in their little feet and eat, but they are really, really good healthy ingredients instead of just being seeds and stuff like that. So, and obviously you can see they are good for budgies all the way to macaws and everything in between. So I really, really like those recipes. It's great because it can cut out something that's super fatty like nutriberries and substitute it with something that's healthy that won't make you feel guilty for giving it to your bird, yet it's still seen as a treat to your bird. Another thing about this main cookbook is it's designed to get your birds, excuse me, off of unhealthy habits. So if your bird currently eats like certain soups or smoothies with you that aren't necessarily very healthy for it, we have substitutions that still have the same texture and flavors but are healthy ingredients. So we can make things just with healthy substitutions. I know a lot of people feed their birds pastas and chips and like potato chips and things like that. We have our own like super healthy versions that you can make big or large. So we made this in a small way for cockatiels and budgies. Well, you guys can see that. It's little chips and salsa, and it's literally birdie safe. It's for your birds to eat. Everything is obviously edible for humans too, but we don't include salts and things like that that would normally attract our own taste buds. But we even have our own version of bird safe fries. So French fries, sweet potato fries, chips, little veggie chips that they'll learn to like. Instead of having your McDonald's fries, they'll have their own version of fries that are really healthy for them that you don't have to feel guilty about feeding them. If your bird is like a pasta fanatic and won't touch anything that doesn't include pasta, we have some really cool pasta recipes in here that include things that are stuck to it that will force your bird to try new things and realize it likes those new things. So Dave is a major egg person. He loves eggs. So we did a really special recipe called Dave's Magic Eggs, and it's a scrambled egg recipe. So based on how often that you are allowed to give your bird eggs, you can incorporate that. We also did a lot of stuff that's more foraging based. So it's really fun. It uses really fun colored foods, all natural stuff. We also use things with edible flowers. Just a huge variety so that your bird is never bored with its diet and always has something fun. We made these really cool foraging cups, and you can make them large or small. Again, everything is adaptable to the size of your bird. That's why we tried to show the variety of using different sized birds for this entire book, to show you how you can adapt things for your size parrot. That's also why we talk about freezing things and sprouting and everything, so that you can adapt everything you need to your size parrot and how big your flock is. So yeah, a lot of these things are adaptable. Like you can make this recipe on its own, or you can put it inside another recipe or on top of another recipe. We have some really good healthy birdie bread recipes in here, so you can always make some of the other recipes and put it on top and make it a little topping for your bird based on what its interests are. So yeah, And I forgot, almost forgot, we have our own birdie mac and cheese. I know it sounds crazy, but we have literally a healthy, bird-safe mac and cheese. So if your bird is just a complete, like, it just really eats not well, we have ways to get it onto healthy versions of the junk foods that it may currently be really, really into. This was the closest I could get to making some sort of bird sushi. Bird safe sushi. So we had a lot of fun with this. We made a variety of stuff. We even made drinks. Anything that will entice your bird to try something if it's less likely to do that. We also, again, found ways to do foraging. So you can see this is a lot of fun for birds, and it keeps them interested in their diet, so nothing gets boring or repetitive. We have some really thick hearty soups that we made, and we made these spaghetti and veggie balls. These veggie balls were awesome. So again, we had everything from budgies to cockatiels, modeling and trying all of these foods. We made them in small little cups for our budgies, or we could make them large for our macaws. This is a veggie soup we made that everybody seemed to really like. And these recipes, again, these are different from the Bird Tricks diet. This is more, if your bird is reluctant to try the Bird Tricks diet, trying these recipes will get your bird to more widely accept the idea of the Bird Tricks diet. So that's kind of how that is. We also list some of the other products that we sell at the very end of our book in case you're interested in more training or whatever it is you are interested in. We usually have something on it. So again, that's our main Cooking for Parrots book. It's 73 extra recipes on top of your seasonal feeding system that should be your main diet. And again, our healthy holidays and our sharing the table with your bird recipes. There's CRESSI. There's our little model. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy them. If you have more questions about this set, you get all 3 books in our set. Digitally, if you want to just have a digital copy, it's $37. You can order it from our website, birdtrickstore.com, and it'll come to you instantly right away. You'll just have it. If you want the physical copy, which is what you're seeing that I have, that one's around $80, but we might be having a sale. So check our website, birdtrickstore.com, to find out more about it. And healthy, happy eating, guys.